Hey there, and welcome to today's video blog, Energy Testing 101, what it is and why do it. This video is for you if you're dealing with chronic health challenges, you've tried many things to get well, including running numerous expensive functional lab tests, making dietary and lifestyle shifts, and implementing countless supplement protocols and other biochemical-based interventions, yet you're still stuck. Something is missing. Or you're a health and wellness practitioner seeking to improve client outcomes and take your practice to the next level. You've realized that resolving chronic health issues goes beyond the biochemical realm and that lab tests are indeed helpful, but they can only take you so far in your investigations of what is keeping your clients or patients stuck in a chronic stress, pain, illness cycle. Hello, I'm Jennifer Ellis Schutz, and you're watching the Wellness Code Academy channel, where I chat about innovative and cutting-edge ways to support health and well-being, including all things functional health, as well as mindset, the mind-body connection, energy-based testing and healing modalities, limbic system impairment, neural rewiring, habit change, and personal development from both the layperson and practitioner perspective. Be sure to subscribe to my channel by clicking on the red subscribe button below and hit the bell next to it to be notified so that you don't miss a week's featured video. In this video, I will be addressing the following main points. First up, how I went from a non-believer to a proponent of energy testing. Next, what is energy testing and how exactly does it work? Third, why do energy testing and how it's a great complement to functional labs in terms of providing more precision to the wellness journey. Number 4, the key to effective energy testing. And lastly, what energy testing is not to be used for. Let's dive in, shall we? But before doing so, I do want to say that there is a lot more to understanding energy testing than what I could possibly present in a single video. If you'd like to learn more about it after today's video, you can look into my Wellness Code Practitioner Certification Program, where I take a deep dive into it, and you can find that training at wellnesscodeacademy.com. If you've been following me for a while, you likely know that I've been on an incredibly long journey to recover my health and life from the grips of complex chronic health challenges brought on by chronic Lyme, mold illness, and much more. For the first 16 plus years of my quest for wellness, I focused primarily, or should I say solely, on biochemical-based testing methods and interventions such as labs, elimination diets, pathogen eradication protocols, detox regimes, intravenous protocols, and more. Let's just say I was a die-hard black and white biochemical thinker and very much embraced the germ theory of disease. I believed that chronic illness was caused solely by things like infections and toxins, and therefore the best and only way to recover from it was to address biochemical and physiological imbalances. During this time, I completely dismissed the validity of any kind of energy testing. I thought it was total woo-woo rubbish. It was not until I hit year 16 plus of my quest for wellness and had spent hundreds of thousands of dollars on biochemical only based interventions, yet was still not well. In fact, I was sicker and very mentally, emotionally, and financially broken that I opened up to the concept of energy testing. At this point, I then began taking a deep dive into quantum physics and the biofield, where I learned that many of the answers to our health and life issues can be found within our energy body and subconscious mind. And this marked a huge shift in the trajectory of my healing journey. Don't get me wrong, all the biochemical-based interventions I just recently referenced are indeed essential and helpful. And for some people, this may be all they need, but for others, they fall woefully short, as they did for me. There was much more to my story than conventional and functional labs had revealed, and that diet, lifestyle, supplements, and other biochemical-based interventions as standalones could help me restore. In order to understand what energy testing is and to understand the body on a truly holistic level, it's first necessary to understand some basics of energy, which today, for the sake of keeping this video to a reasonable length, I'm only going to present a few of them. First up is, at the most fundamental level, everything in the universe is made of energy, including us. In other words, subatomic particles come together like Lego structures to form different atoms, such as carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen, and more. And these atoms vibrate at certain frequencies to form matter. Atoms are then arranged to form molecules, such as proteins, fats, and carbohydrates, which make up our biochemistry and physiology. Invisible energy is inside of us and all around us in the form of electromagnetic waves, infrared waves, thought waves, emotional waves, and more. Our unique vibration makes us who we are. It heavily influences our level of resilience, our health, our life position, and is very much intertwined with our unique inner intelligence. One could say it's one and the same. This inner intelligence contains the recording of all our life experiences and is all-knowing about what we need to be in a state of balance and vibrant health. Many answers to health issues and life challenges can be found within this energetic space if one is able to learn how to tap into it. Next up, which is a continuation of what I just explained, is that we are absolutely energetic and spiritual beings on a physical journey here on Earth. Our bodies generate an electromagnetic field known as the human biofield, which extends outside of our bodies and interacts with the biofields of others and everything else we interact with within our environments to form a collective consciousness that has its own intelligence. Number 3, we have energetic highways running throughout our bodies, more commonly known as meridian systems, where energy is transferred at the speed of light between cells and organ systems. If the flow of energy is disrupted within one of these meridians, it will have an impact on every organ system that is linked to that meridian. And number 4, the biofield, because of how rapid information is transferred within it, from a quantum physics point of view, is considered the governing force over our biochemistry and physiology. Because of this, anything we do to positively and negatively impact the biofield will likely have the same effect on one's biochemistry and physiology. So, this being said, what exactly is energy testing, you might be thinking? Energy testing is a way to tap into the body's biofield and ask strategic questions that cannot be answered from other testing methods, as a way to help guide the path forward and bring more precision to the decisions made. And how does energy testing work? Energy testing works by asking the body's innate intelligence strategic yes and no or this and that only questions based on scientific knowledge, and then recording the response of the body to help guide decisions. A very common form of energy testing performed by many practitioners, especially chiropractors and naturopaths, is kinesiology, or muscle testing. With this form of testing, the practitioner asks the person a question or places a remedy or supplement on them to see if their muscle, normally an arm muscle, will weaken or strengthen. If the muscle weakens, then it's not something good for the body, and vice versa. While there are several forms of energy testing, ranging from using gadgets to fancy computer systems to kinesiology, which I just mentioned is known as muscle testing, to pendulum testing, which is the primary form that I use and prefer, and more, the key to the efficacy of energy testing, referring to forms that are done by practitioners versus a gadget or a computer, doesn't really lie in the method used, but rather the skill and knowledge of the practitioner to be able to ask the right questions, which requires a great deal of understanding of science, how the body and mind work, and a client's story and their individual needs. For example, some strategic yes and no questions that I might ask during an energy testing session would be, number 1, is there hidden dysfunction in the body that we need to be made aware of that lab testing has not revealed to us? Number 2, is this hidden dysfunction related to a pathogen? Is it related to a toxin? Is the toxin a metal? Is the toxin a chemical? Is the toxin a mycotoxin? Number 4, are there remedies or interventions that your body needs that we are currently not using? If yes, is this remedy a supplement? Is it something else? Is this supplement supportive of your body at this time? And so on and so on. And this is what energy testing is and how it works in a nutshell. It's also important for me to mention that I also use Nest Health Bioenergetic Scanner System as another way to do energy testing evaluation in my practice. With this system, a client simply downloads a computer application and is then sent a small hand scanner, much like a computer mouse. They do a scan of their biofield through their hand with a small scanner, and the results are communicated to me via a comprehensive report in an online system. This report provides insight into all bodily systems as well as mental and emotional blockages. This said, while I do really like this system, I prefer and use the pendulum method much more often. Okay, so I already feel that I answered the question of why do energy testing, but I will take this time to add to it a bit more by saying this. To begin, I want to be clear that I am absolutely a fan of lab testing. I continue to use both conventional and functional lab testing in my work with clients. And so this presentation on energy testing is not at all about presenting an argument against labs. Rather, it's about presenting information in support of the notion that it's best if we all open our minds and hearts to all ways of assessing underlying factors that serve to create chronic health and life challenges, so that we are not myopic in our approach when working with clients or ourselves, and therefore miss out on healing opportunities. This said, energy testing fills the gaps where lab testing has limitations, where here are just a few of them. First up, lab tests are indicators of biochemical imbalances only. They do not reveal energetic imbalances that can serve to fuel biochemical imbalances. Number 2, lab tests are snapshots in time only and do not reflect the dynamic, ever-changing nature of the body. The body changes hourly, daily, weekly, monthly. It is simply not feasible or affordable to test this often. Number 3, lab tests can help reveal imbalances such as toxins, infections, hormone imbalances, and more, but they are not able to indicate what is stressing the body the most at any given point in time, nor what the body needs to be prioritized. Our subconscious mind, however, knows the order in which the body wants to address things and what is needed to best address the issues that come up on lab testing. Number 4, not everything that shows up on a lab test causes the problems for which the lab test was run in the first place. Number 5, labs are limited in terms of accessibility and affordability. I mean, just a couple functional labs can sometimes add up to over $1,000. For me, this is a biggie, as we all know how expensive chronic health challenges can be, and that financial distress is most certainly a trigger that can continue to fuel chronic cell danger response mode. In light of this, I continually seek ways to help my clients cut down on the expense involved in working with me and unraveling their issues. Energy testing is the perfect complement to lab testing for the following reasons. Number 1, it gives voice to the subconscious and can reveal imbalances that are driving both health and life dysfunction that could never be revealed via biochemical lab testing alone. Number 2, it can assess for detail that labs cannot and works forward in time. Because of this, energy testing can be used to fine-tune protocols in terms of asking the body's wisdom, specifics around foods, supplements, how much, when, in combination with what, other healing modalities, and more. This allows for precision that labs cannot offer. Next, it allows the body to speak about what it needs on an ongoing basis to support the findings of biochemical testing, and thus provide insight into how to adjust the healing protocols. Next up is it's free and accessible on an ongoing basis. Again, this is huge. Number 5, it helps to assess and address hidden imbalances as a result of emotional trauma. Number 6, it is not limited by time or space and can be done anywhere, anytime, and even from a distance, even without the client being present, using a photograph and a hair sample, which is something that I recently started doing in my practice. This makes it super convenient to use in between sessions when clients have specific questions that come up that would benefit from checking in with the wisdom of their body. This said, it's important for me to mention that I do work 100% remotely with clients via Zoom video conferencing, and I also use energy testing during sessions while speaking to clients, not just in between sessions. And lastly, number 7, it's much faster than lab testing and can be used for immediate results versus waiting for lab results to be delivered, which can sometimes take up to several weeks. Energy testing is meant to provide insight into the body and the inner workings of a person's energy and psyche in the present moment, and then used within the context of all information we gather on a client case in order to make the most accurate correlation that we can make. As with lab testing or any other form of inquiry we as practitioners decide to implement in our work with clients, this information then needs to be interpreted and used responsibly to guide the path forward within the context of everything else. In other words, energetic testing is a tool to be used to expand upon our work with clients rather than an entire framework. While energy testing can be a great complement to lab testing and an amazing asset to any health practice and healing journey, it is not intended to be used for the following. First up, to diagnose and treat disease. Number 2, to serve as a replacement for appropriate medical intervention. Number 3, to predict the future with questions such as, will I ever be well? Will I win the lottery? Will my marriage last forever? Etc. Number 4, for making big decisions such as, should I quit my job? Should I divorce my spouse? Should I get this surgery that the doctor is recommending? More appropriate questions would be, is this job supportive of my wellness and life goals? Are there aspects of my marriage that are not serving me, or my marriage for that matter? Is my body ready for this surgery that I need? Etc. Number 5, for becoming obsessive and using energetic testing to assess every minute detail about one's body and life. Definitely no bueno. Number 6, when the practitioner is not in a healthy and stable mind space, as their vibration and mental patterns will undoubtedly skew the outcomes. And number 7, when a client is not fully on board with the process, as their disbelief and expectations about the process will skew the outcomes. And lastly, as a sole method for determining how to best help a client address health and/or life issues. And that's a wrap for this introductory video on energy testing. Stay tuned for more to come on this topic in the future. And once again, if you'd like to take a deeper dive into energy testing, be sure to check out my Wellness Code Practitioner Certification Training Program at thewellnesscodeacademy.com. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, be well and be empowered.